Hello everyone, welcome to my latest tutorial. So for this month's theme, it's going to be autumn because it's autumn right now and I love fairies, so I decided to draw this fairy queen. To draw this picture, you need the following tools. Now first start with the background. So for the background, choose the lightest blue in your box of dry pastels. And then remember to scrape the pastel as always. And then fill the entire drawing paper with this light blue. And then add a slightly darker blue at the top of the drawing paper. So it's around 1/3 of the drawing paper for the slightly darker layer of blue. The following step is optional. You can add an even darker blue at the very top of the drawing paper, but remember you can only add a little bit, a little only, do not add a lot. After drawing the blue background, remember to wash your hand. It's very important before you go on to the next step. For the following step, you will need a soft eraser in which you will use that soft eraser to draw tiny circles at the center of the drawing so as to create the shape of the tree, which are also the leaves, the golden leaves as you can see from the drawing. So you would feel like you are drawing clouds when you're doing the shape, you're erasing to form the shape of the tree. So on this white cloud, you will have to add a light yellow, the lightest yellow you can find in your dry pastel. And you have to fill this cloud with this light yellow color. To draw the leaves, you will need the cotton buds help. Before you use the cotton buds, you will need a slightly darker yellow, and then you have to add that slightly darker yellow on top of the light yellow. You don't have to fill every corner. And then with the cotton bud, you just have to dot in order to create the leaves. Now remember, you just have to dot, and remember you don't have to fill every corner with a slightly darker yellow. Repeat the same step with a slightly even darker yellow, which might be close to an orange. And then once again, you just have to use your cotton buds to dot, and that would create different colors of leaves. Once you finish dotting, remember, do not use a brush to dust away the extra dust. You have to do it like this in order to avoid the colors falling off from the drawing. So at last, you just have to add a little bit of orange. Don't need to be a lot, just a little bit, and then use the same procedure of dotting in order to create an even better effect. You know, sometimes autumn leaves are orange as well. Now it's time to draw the trunk of the tree, so you just have to use the sharper end of your dry pastel, a brown pastel, and then you just have to follow my movements. You know, you can reference to my movements to draw the trunk. It can be different from what I'm doing right now because tree trunks are varied. There are different types of tree trunks, and you doesn't have to be like 4, just like my painting. It can be 3 tree trunks. There can be 2 thick ones and 2 thin ones. But this is how you draw the tree trunks. It's not too difficult. You just have to draw it out with, separate lines. I would recommend you to use a slightly darker brown to do the different shadings and to review the patterns of the trees, not just light brown. And after drawing the tree trunk, you just need your erasers to create the portal towards the other side of this world. So the portal is very easy. You just have to rub off some parts of the tree trunk. It can be a circle shape, it can be a rectangular, a square, depends on what kind of shape you want. It's quite easy to do that. Now it's time to create the ground beneath the trees. All you have to do is use a light pink, and we use the usual step where we kind of drag our fingers from left to right across the paper down below of the piece of paper to create the pinkish, light pinkish line, and then add a slightly darker pink at the bottom to create a better effect, realistic effect. Like the closer, the darker, the further, the lighter the ground is. So since there will be leaves falling from the tree and the ground would be slightly yellow, I would add a yellow on top of the ground to create that effect. And with the orange dry pastel, I will use the sharp corner and then I will dot on the yellow parts so as to create the leaves that have fallen from the trees. Once the background is done, it's time to draw the fairy queen. So you just have to follow the following steps I am demonstrating right now. It's simple circles and straight lines. Once again, all my people that in my drawings are very easy to draw. So for the hair, once again, just like my mermaid, you just have to draw curly lines at the back once you have did the body parts and the staff. And then on it, you can add the crown. So if you don't want your fairy queen to be black from the top to the bottom, you can add a little bit of yellow on her dress with the cotton bud, just like what I'm doing right now. You can also add curly lines with your silver colored pen so as to create a silver colored hair for your fairy queen, which is more magical than just black hair. At this point, you are almost done. All you have to do is add in decorations. Just have to rub a little bit of circles with your stencils to create this, sparkling effect at the front. You can also use your white color gel pen or your correction fluid to add even smaller, tinier, but whiter circles on your drawing. At last, you can add in sunlight with your soft eraser. So you just have to fold it and then you just have to drag it from the left top hand corner towards your right, just like this. And then you will have lines of sunlight with that movement. Once you have finished your drawing, remember to tag me at magic.in.jmw so I can see your work. And of course, remember, if you're watching this on my IGTV, remember to follow my IG. And if you're watching this on YouTube, remember to subscribe. And of course, remember to like and share this video with all your friends and family so they could also draw with you and share the positive messages with them.